Warning: the following video has not been approved by the Comic Code Authority and is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Comic Assassin. Today is June 8th, which means it's day 8 of my whole trying to do a video every day thing. Today I'm going to make it short, I'm going to make it simple. And this one is for people who, I don't want to say specking, because it's really not speculation, but it is a way to make a quick buck if you want. Now, there's also a conversation to be had if some of this stuff could be shady. And I'm going to mention a little bit of all of that. And today we're talking about facsimiles. Now, what is a facsimile? I'm sure most of all you know. It's basically a reprint of a comic such as this, Incredible Hulk 181, that, with the exception of the price stamp, it's basically a reprint, ads and all, which makes these a little bit more collectible than like the True Believers, which even though the True Believers were $1, right, they're much cheaper from the buying aspect, but there was more ads and stuff in there that were like more current. This is actually, you flipping through it, you get the ads and stuff of what was back in that time when this was originally printed. A lot of people did videos about facsimiles because there was a little bit of confusion about what they were, right? But no one's really talked about what facsimiles are doing on the secondary market. And I'm seeing some pretty interesting trends. And basically, if you're picking the right facsimiles, or if you were fortunate enough to buy them when they first came out, and the thing is, the reason why I'm bringing this out, and actually even talking about it, is because a lot of these are still on shelves that you can purchase right now, go on eBay, and you can make some money. All right. Once again, disclaimer: I've never sold a comic book in my life, but I like the speculation game. All right, it drives the secondary market. One day, this dude is no longer going to be here, but a whole bunch of comics are. My kids are going to be left with what comics I have, and the value is going to be determined based on the secondary market. Correct? So there you go. So therefore, even if I don't sell, I'm still interested in what the secondary market is doing for a lot of these books. So, for instance, there's a lot of facsimiles that did come out. Some of them, I would pass on just because even the originals you can get fairly easy. Stuff like the Eternals #1. Eternals, yeah, it's going to get some hype just because of the movie, but you can still get #1 fairly, easy at a reasonable price. Eternals is not a popular series at all. But, looking at Amazing Spider-Man 101. So, for instance, right now, one of the most recent sellings of the facsimiles went for $45. All right? So you're talking about a $4 comic you could have gotten within the last year, 2 years, whatever, sold for $45. That's pretty good. Now you look at Captain America 117. Now this is where it's kind of shady, all right? So if you were to look at a Captain America 117 that actually put facsimile in the listing title, it could sell as low as $1.25, right? Which basically means that the person probably lost money on it. Or if you don't put it in the title, this book could get you as much as $224. That's a huge, huge difference. Huge, huge difference. And this is one thing that I have noticed. If you put facsimile in the title, it will not sell as much. All right, now hopefully all these sellers are doing their due diligence by listing in the description that it is indeed a facsimile, it is indeed a reprint. And if they're not, they should be reported if they're not doing that. Right? But it's also the responsibility of the buyer to know what they're getting and have some education. So, for instance, Amazing Spider-Man 101, even if it wasn't, there's a second printing of that as well. All right, so if you don't know, the difference in the price logo and what indicates a first printing or second printing, you're going in there uneducated and you could be duped regardless, right? So there's a responsibility on the buyer's end to make sure they know what they're getting. The one good thing about the facsimiles is that they all have that $3.99 price tag on there. There should be no, besides, other than that though, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. But this Hulk 181 right here, right? So this alone right now, without putting facsimile in the title, just sold for around $44. Alright, but with it being included in the title, could sells us for $2.25. Right? And the prices fluctuate so much. But what really got me interested was really this book right here. This is New Mutants 98, the facsimile. Alright, I paid $4. Alright, paid $4 for it. Which cover price. And I think I already have a copy, but once I saw this book going for as much as it was going for, I was like, I'm going to buy another copy. And sure enough, my comic book shop had one in the back issue bin for $4. Like, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. And basically, if it's put in there, just, facsimile, this can go for $12.50. Maybe a little bit lower, maybe higher. But this has gone as high as $202. And basically within like the last month. Right? So we're talking about a comic book you could have recently I just went and bought this for $4. Could potentially sell it for X amount of money. And this one on even on a good day, even if it's stated facsimile, can go for $45. Right? So that's a good investment. So do not sleep on these facsimiles. If you're a comic book seller, think of that. This is just me sharing a little bit of advice. If you want to make a little bit more money, I would recommend maybe not putting facsimile in the title. But then again, I understand the shadiness of not putting that in the title in itself, right? Then you're just kind of hoping that someone doesn't take the time to read the description. Right, you can still make your money, but it's one of those, one of those juggling acts. Once again, I don't sell comics, but then again, I'm all about people making money, and I've been very much interested in what these facsimiles have been doing on the secondary market. So you guys let me know what you think. Is it shady? Is it not shady? I definitely see both sides of the spectrum here, and but if you are a comic book collector and you do sell, and you are seeing books like New Mutants 98, Hulk 181, or even that Amazing Spider-Man 101, Captain America 117, still on your comic book shelves or in the back issue bins, and you could be making a quick, easy buck. And sometimes not a lot, because like I said, they fluctuate all over the place. But I guarantee you could probably at least double your money, and in some cases, go from $4 to possibly $200. That's a good chunk of change. You sell enough of those, you can buy New Mutants 98 first print, right? So anyway, just want to do something a little bit different, because I know I sometimes I have done spec related stuff in my videos in the past. But once again, I don't sell, but I've seen a very interesting trend going on with facsimiles that not a lot of people are talking about. And just wanted to point that out. So it's either a note to possible sellers to maybe help you get a buck. It's also a note to possible buyers to be more cautious of what you're getting. Pay attention to the description in those titles, as well as the fine print. Also be looking out for things like the price tag and everything else. So, alright, hope this was helpful to some of you guys. Tomorrow, we'll come back with another video. Don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll be here regardless. So, until then, y'all, peace.